Team? 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 Team. Team? So we're about 6 months in this year. I gotta talk to you about some stuff. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So I originally started my YouTube journey with basically doing a diary essentially of what I'm doing and stuff like that when it comes to content creation, what I'm focusing on, and I want to be able to talk to you guys from my experience. I don't want to sit there and tell you what to do, but I want to share with you what I'm doing, and so that way hopefully you guys can learn and take something from it and maybe bring it into your own content or your own passion. So I feel like it makes sense to do a recap of the last 6 months and kind of what's changed between the beginning of the year and now, because that's kind of when I started this YouTube channel and also started this, series, the diary and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Straight off the bat, I want to kind of talk about like what's different between last year versus this year. So last year is whenever the first year I really got super consistent throughout the entire year with streaming and just content in general. I started streaming more often. I started, networking, that kind of stuff. I started focusing on my social medias, like my Twitter, my Instagram, and that kind of stuff. I made my YouTube channel. I joined Pipeline to try and get, more intentionality behind what I was doing with content. Now this year, let's take all that stuff, plus we added on some more things. So I tested out some waters with TikTok. I started doing stuff like YouTube and actually being consistent around it this time, and a whole lot of other things as well too. I started getting a schedule and things like that. So some things I'd like to talk to you guys throughout this video and just kind of share with you like where I'm at now, what I've changed, and how I feel about how everything is going. First, drink some water. So let's gonna start out with some positive about this year and what's going well. So growth. Growth overall is just going extremely well. I still feel like I have a steady growth. It's not like it's been some massive jump, but again, I still see consistency in it, right? So when it comes to concurrent viewership, follows, subs, YouTube, and every other social media as well, all of it is up across the board. I've been getting more subscribers on YouTube. I think I'm up to like 141 now at the time of this video, which to me is amazing considering I wasn't being 100% consistent with it this year, but I did start it earlier this year, and I've been posting every single Saturday now for a few weeks or like a month or so, 2 months. On top of that, I feel like I'm getting like follows now randomly on Twitch. I'm getting Twitter follows and stuff like that. Instagram, our stories are doing really well and stuff. So I just feel like all around the board, even concurrent viewership has been really well. I think some of that contributes to some new games like Animal Crossing, things like that. But overall, I think the biggest thing is just consistency and kind of using those social medias to help kind of each other grow. But I feel like it's just been consistent around the board with all that stuff. Another big kind of key factor I think that kind of contributes to that steady growth is going to be consistent around YouTube and just every other social media. Again, I've been posting daily and engaging with people on Twitter. I've been posting every single week on YouTube. I keep my stories alive with a bunch of different things going on with it. I keep posting on Instagram. I have a set schedule now pretty much for my stream for the most part. I do work retail. I know things are going to change, but I have days I'm going live consistently, which is really awesome. And even whenever I can't have the exact same schedule and stuff like that as far as days go, I just tweet that stuff out, and I've gotten better about that as well. So again, I think just consistency around, producing that content, putting it out there, and like showing some of my other content on other platforms like TikTok and Instagram. I feel like I've been helping out my streams as well. I've had people come over from Instagram and say that they found me because they like my stream or they like the lights and stuff like that they see in here. Thanks a lot, Nano Leafs. You're a lifesaver. But either way, it's just nice to see that that's kind of starting to work a little bit. I'm not getting a massive amount of followers like thousands or hundreds or anything like that, but I'm still getting something. Which to me, that is a big victory and just goes to show that a lot of this effort and energy I'm putting into these things are not a waste of my time. Another amazing thing is just really the overall support. I think that has to contribute to building the community we have now in Discord. Thank you, my community members. I love it. Like honestly, it blows my mind when I see good morning texts and see everyone talking to each other. Like literally it melts my heart. So thank you guys for doing that and just for being so awesome to each other. Every other social has been engaging and stuff like that. I've actually met a lot of new people through like Instagram and Twitter, people that I actually still keep up with in DMs to this day, just by like naturally engaging with them and stuff like that. And even like this whole YouTube experience, a lot of people have been so supportive and just like help sharing out my videos, giving me feedback and stuff like that. So again, just across the board, all that stuff has gone up, which has been phenomenal. I've also had a lot of new opportunities that kind of came up. I've gotten to be able to stream with Pipeline, which is pretty amazing, which is a pretty awesome group that actually helps people bring intentionality to their streams and their content, which that has been a blessing in its own, and I'm very thankful I've gotten the opportunity to do it. And it just feels good that another brand kind of sees me as like worth investing in. Although that doesn't validate who you are or what you're doing, it's just a nice little kind of tip to saying that, you know what, you're doing the right thing and other people are seeing it. So again, I think you ball up all that stuff, the consistency, the support I've been getting and stuff like that, I think it contributes to the consistent growth I've been having, and I'm just very thankful for it. So if you guys want to take away some of the positives, just stay consistent on your social media, stay networking with people in a natural and engaging way, be consistent with your content, whether it's, you know, offline content uploads or it's, you know, your streams and stuff like that. If you can, again, I work retail, so I understand the whole schedule changing, but you can at least communicate that out. Stay engaging in your Discord and just keep at it. I feel like I've been putting in almost full-time energy for about 1.5 years now, or close to that, and I'm starting to really just see these results come to fruition. So it's hard to start out, but just keep pushing. You're gonna get there eventually. Now let's talk about some opportunities, team. I want y'all to hold me accountable to this. Team. One thing that kind of frustrated me, or that I saw as an opportunity, is it took me longer to actually build some of these habits. So again, I started YouTube at the beginning of the year. However, I didn't actually end up getting consistent with it until like maybe 2 months ago. So it took me a few months to really get a hang of it. And I get it, like it's scary editing these videos or shooting on a camera and doing manual because you don't know what you're doing. Or using auto and then having the video might not come out the way that you want it to because it darkens and lightens and all that other fun stuff. But regardless, I kind of kept at it, and I kind of like got over that fear of I don't know how to edit, I don't know how to shoot on these things and stuff like that, and I've learned, and I feel like that's been a huge accomplishment, but I want to try and get consistent with it faster. And here's what I'm doing to do it. Setting a consistent schedule and not lever pulling. So I'm setting a schedule to where I have time for offline content or just personal growth and just, you know, building my skills. And then also I'm gonna try and focus on not lever pulling. So I feel like I started to really invest myself in like TikTok and started posting on that, being consistent. And then I started going into YouTube, and then I felt like TikTok fell off. Or my posts on Instagram, I haven't been posting a lot on my Instagram except for my stories. So I feel like I'm lever pulling in a sense where one thing's going well and then something else is suffering because of it. So I want to get really good in a rhythm of doing all these things at once and adding little by little to my plate and just keeping consistent with all of it. Which I guess that in itself is kind of an opportunity. It's just being consistent with everything I'm trying to do. Honestly, this next one's a little weird. I guess I'm not as far as I wanted to be, but I feel like as someone that is constantly trying to grow and constantly trying to reach new like limits to themselves and constantly pushing themselves to further boundaries, I feel like I'm always gonna want to do more. I'm gonna expect more of myself. I'm gonna demand more from myself. I'm gonna work harder to do what I wanna do. And I just feel like that's a natural thing for people like me. And people out there might be the same way. And you might have that same voice in your head saying that you need to do more, you need to do more, you gotta work harder, you gotta do this, you gotta jump on this. I guess what I'm trying to say though is that although I'm not as far as I want to be, I'm still seeing that growth, right? I don't have this huge blow up or anything like that, but I'm still appreciative of the fact that I'm consistently growing. That is keeping my momentum moving forward. And one of the last opportunities is keeping my community and my socials informed. So one thing that I realized is that, again, kind of in a lever pulling sense, I would start to post stuff on Discord, like announcements and stuff like that, and then it kind of started falling off. And I literally talked about this a little bit in my community, and people were like, we want notifications. Like, there are some people that want notifications, which there are easy ways to do it. I'm not going to do it in this, but basically just look up roll reactions. It's probably the easiest thing you could do. I made one for basically movie night / community night, so that way if I want to ping those people, only those people get it. I'm going to do the same thing for YouTube this week. Hold me to it. But I realized that although I'm posting my schedule on Twitter and Instagram, not all my people in Discord are there. So I need to start posting in Discord and being consistent with that and letting people know what's going on, what is my plan, what am I doing and stuff like that. I need to keep my community members, the ones who are the core supporters of me and my content and just the community itself, I need to keep them informed, and I think I owe it to them as well too. And lastly, what I want to try and focus on, I'm going to try and wrap this up as quickly as I can because this video is already getting pretty long, but it's worth it. Dedicated time to growing. So again, I'm trying to take on new skills and new things that are, again, out of my comfort zone, but I know that again, with YouTube and stuff like that, once I learn them, they're gonna pay themselves off and it's gonna be worth it in the end. So making sure I have time to allow myself to grow and learn new skills, just period. Whether it's watching other streamers and learning from them, whether it's learning a new skill like Photoshop or After Effects or things like that, I just wanna make sure that I'm constantly growing and moving forward and adding to my skill set. Who knows? Maybe someday I'm gonna get bored of being a streamer and I'm gonna want to be like an illustrator or something like that, or I'm gonna want to work with social media and stuff, and I can actually like have other skills with it. Community dedicated days. I tried doing this, I got a little discouraged, but I think like anything that we put ourselves into, it's gonna take time to reap the rewards of what you're putting in now versus getting it out right away. So again, with the community days, I've done it a few times and it didn't really get a lot of traction, but I'm gonna stay consistent with it. And again, like I wanna be able to get to know my community and give back to them and get them to be able to hang out with each other and become more tight-knit and know more about me and know more about each other. God, English is so hard. I swear, I'm not gonna have a single video on this YouTube channel without a 1 bit in it, I swear. And also, if you are all kind of like wondering what you can do for a community night, play party games like Jackbox and Marbles on stream. Do like a chill and chat with, I know Pipeline does every single Saturday. Also on top of that too, do watch parties or movie nights. Like those are pretty awesome things too, where everyone can just hang out and just, you know, enjoy each other's company. Especially with like the shelter in place or the, you know, social distancing and stuff like that going on. Like we're all kind of like needing some human interaction. So creating a night where your community can get together and hang out is probably one of the best things you can do for them right now. And then lastly, what I want to try and do is make sure that I'm posting on every single social media and being consistent with it. I think I kind of told you guys this earlier, but there's a lot of social media and I would like to be able to make sure I pay attention to each one and I give it the effort that it deserves. For instance, I've had 2 friends I know that have blown up on TikTok and have gained a massive amount of following on their other social media and stuff like that too, or their content's been seen because the algorithms are just so good right now that that's not always going to be there. And I've known about TikTok for a long time. I knew about it well before it became the popular thing because Gary Vee was shouting it out every 2 seconds. I just want to make sure that I don't miss an opportunity like that again in the future, and I feel like everyone else should kind of keep that in mind as well as new things kind of, you know, pop up and grow and stuff like that. So team, overall, I feel like I'm so thankful for the support that everyone's giving me. I really I'm at the highest sub count I've ever been at. I'm at a massive amount of followers I never thought I'd reach. You know, we're approaching 1K on Twitter. We have over 100 followers. We finally have our custom URL on YouTube. We have over 600 people on Instagram. Like, the support is just overwhelming. There's just so many people that I feel like are just rooting for me and this community, and we're growing. We have new core community members that are a part of it too. And I'm so thankful for everything. So thank you, everyone. And keep in mind too, I didn't always think I would be at this point in my life, although I would want to be. You know, this is like what I've been working towards. I didn't actually like see it come to life until now. So although there might be some daunting days that you guys have and you might want to give up, you know, really put in a full effort and just enjoy the journey. Enjoy learning, enjoy everything you get to do. And I promise you it's not gonna be a waste of time. As long as you're still growing, it's not a waste of time. You're not failing, you're not losing, you're learning. With that being said, I thank you guys so much. If you have questions about any of the things I talked about, I know I kind of just touched base quickly. It's just hard to really dive into everything. Feel free to start a conversation with me either on Twitter, Instagram, if I'm live on Twitch, which I'm live 5 days a week, which is typically right now, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday nights. So feel free to stop by and just ask me some questions about it. I honestly would love to talk about this, and if anyone has questions, I would love to try and help you out. Everyone, my name is Ivy Paula. I greatly appreciate all the support, and I hope this helps someone out there, and we can continue this whole diary and our journey together and keep making YouTube videos, because honestly, I love this, and I'm very thankful for everything everyone's doing for me right now. So thank you for the support. I know I said it a million times, but yeah, feel free to connect with me on social media. Come hang out in the Discord if you guys like to. It's becoming a pretty awesome place. So thanks to all you amazing people. I was trying to make a heart. I don't even know if that worked. We'll see when I edit this video. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next stream. All right? I'm gonna go to bed now.
Last one's back there. I missed her, but
Last player standing.
gotta be lit now.
Woo! Do you see that? Do you see that?
I saw that pretty above average play.
Oh god. That trick shot, dude. That trick shot.